cloud technologies and players in the cloud technology. There are so many players like Microsoft, Azure, Google came up with Google Cloud, there's a DigitalOcean, and there are a lot of other small players also. They are trying to come up with their own cloud solution and cloud, you know, cloud-based technologies. But AWS is far ahead of anybody else. That's why the AWS is becoming very famous. But people are a lot of people are moving towards Google Cloud and Azure also. But the baseline, right? The underlying approach to the cloud, wherever you go, it's the same. So let's look at the little bit about the cloud and data center, why it came into the picture, and what exactly the cloud gives us as benefit. The very first point is the location. To have a data center, if you look at the picture, you need a big space to keep your servers, big space to manage it, proper infrastructure you need, and if a company is huge and big, yes, they can maintain their space, the racks, and keep their servers in that. But for small company, having such a huge data center is not a possible solution, because they don't want to spend so much of money on that, just a space, because even their office space may not be even 1/4 of that, right? So that's a first thing which data center lacks, the flexibility of the space. Now if you look at the second point is redundancy, right? Now if you have a data center, let's say you are in US East Coast and you have data center over there, and your business is a billion-dollar business, daily millions of dollar transaction happens. You don't want to rely on the one data center, because if tomorrow some natural calamity or anything else happen, your data center goes down, your revenue will be impacted, your business will be impacted. So what do you want? Actually, you want one more data center, maybe in some other region, some other location, far from the existing one, and you need to maintain that. That means you need redundancy. Again, you need to set up the same kind of infrastructure again, right? That increase the cost. The cost is not about having just a space. The cost is related to maintenance of the data center also. For example, you need cooling system, you need security, you need proper safety. That also requires lot of money to invest to maintain the data center. You need a big team to maintain that those kind of data center. You need network team, you need infrastructure team, you need system team, storage team, lot of team members you need, and the team is a multiplication of your data center. If you have a redundancy of 2, you may need 3 teams, right? So the cost of maintaining the team also increases exponentially, just like a data center, right? Now the last point, which is very crucial, is planning of hardware, right? You can set up your data center, but you need to predict your growth. For example, let's say all your servers are being occupied, and your business team came and says, hey, next month we have some promotion, or we have some big campaign going on, and we are expecting 3x growth. Okay, so you have to plan for 3x growth. Let's say you order your hardwares and you set up all the infrastructure to manage the 3x growth. But what if the business team was wrong? Okay, instead of 3x, you view 8x. Okay, your business team did exceptionally well. Now you don't have server to manage it, because you were planning for 3x growth and now it's 8x growth. Your servers started crashing, right? You can't handle those much incoming requests. In contrary to this, let's say you don't grow 3x, you just grew by 1.5 or merely 2x. Now what is going to happen to the extra hardware which you plan, right? It's waste right now, at least. right? So those kind of things are unpredictable in data center, right? And in traditional data center, the big problem is the division of server between your teams, right? For example, you have corp team, marketing team, finance team, engineering team, HR team, and they all need servers, and you allocate them according to their need. But what if some of the servers in finance is underutilized and engineering still need more server, right? You can't reallocate those servers to engineering because those belongs to completely different infrastructure. So the resource optimization happens very inefficiently over here. Now, how cloud started? The cloud started in 1994. The starting of the cloud was distributed computing, right? The earlier version of cloud was just a distributing computing. But the true cloud, in a modern sense, came in 1996. They started the cloud term, started from 1996 as a true cloud. Um, so let's take a look why cloud is important and why cloud is, gives flexibility and benefit over a traditional data center, right? First is flexibility. Flexibility of having anything. You can launch you can have server on any region. Let's say your cloud service provider has 6, 7 regions. You can choose any region. You can, start your machines anytime. You can stop your machine anytime. You don't need to worry about um, any other resources, let's say space, network, management, and nothing need to worry about. Everything will be done at the cloud side, flexibility. The capex free. Capex free means the in first point I was talking about, like, buying the hardwares, right? That called as capex means you have to buy the hardware and own it. Here you don't need to buy and own it. You just use and pay for it. So you just pay as you go. You must have heard a lot of terms like pay as you go. So you just, if I'm using, let's say if I have a small company and I just need 10 servers today, I can launch 10 servers and use it. Tomorrow I need 20 more, I can launch 20 more and have 30. If next month I need to reduce it by 5, I can reduce by 5 and enjoy, right? I mean, I don't need to pay for extra 5 all the time, right? So that's how it came with a low initial cost. I don't need to worry about setting up the whole data center for my company. I mean, if I'm going to set up a data center for my company, half of my funding will go into just setting up the data center itself, right? Since I don't have hardware in place, I don't need administration to take care of it, right? I don't need network team, infra team to maintain those servers. I just need a shadow infrastructure team of very few members which can handle my servers which I'm going to launch, right? Multiple locations. Geographical, definitely cloud provides a different geographical location and I can launch those servers anywhere. Accessibility and auto update. Those are the features which gives the cloud a better computing solution, right? Now, what exactly cloud computing technology in the form of infrastructure service, software service, and platform as service, right? So cloud says we provide all those solutions as a part of cloud technology, right? What exactly it is, right? Let's take about the infrastructure as service, right? I mean, you don't manage infrastructure. Infrastructure is managed by the cloud provider, and you are being served as they are serving infrastructure as a service. In AWS, you have UI, right? You just click and get your server up and running. That's infrastructure as service, right? Now it's a platform as service. There are a lot of things available on cloud as a platform. For example, database platform, lot of development tools. For example, Git, Jenkins, any other things. They provide inbuilt solution along with their infrastructure. That's called as platform as service. Then software as service. They provide a lot of software bundle with the infrastructure, right? For example, you have email clients, right? Email server. You have LDAP server, a lot of other things. They gives you the complete bundle along with along with your along with their service, right? So they provide all those services. Now, if you look at the cloud delivery model, right? We have multiple types of clouds, right? We have public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. So what exactly those are? Public cloud are the one which almost everybody uses in AWS, right? So AWS is a cloud provider. They have opened their cloud for public. Anybody can come, create an account, pay the money, and start using it. That's public cloud. Now, private cloud is what exactly? Um, if a company set up their own cloud, but they are not open to anybody, they just use within their company or limited customers. That's called as private cloud, right? Now, hybrid cloud is what some of the companies are doing, which already have traditional database approach, data center approach, where they already have data center in place, but they don't want to grow in the data center, so they shift to cloud providers. So they have both. They have data center also, as well as cloud solution also. So they call it as hybrid cloud, right? Um, Now, if you look at the cloud, what exactly a true cloud is, right? The names I have taken, like AWS, Google, Amazon, there are tons of companies providing cloud solution. But do they really fall under as a cloud solution? Let's look at the why somebody called as cloud, right? So first is the characteristics, right, of cloud needs to have essential elements, and those elements are: first is on-demand self-serve. Your cloud should have on-demand self-serve portal, just like AWS, where you can register your account, you can launch your services, you can launch your systems, and you can do everything by self-serve. That's true cloud. Broad network access. Your client shouldn't be choked because of network issue, right? I mean, you have a big cloud, but you don't have a proper network access. That's, I mean, that's kind of, you're choking your customers. You need to have a proper broad network across all regions, connecting each cloud data center. Resource pooling, right? Resource pooling is the one which is very necessary. Okay, let's look at the underlying infrastructure of a cloud. In the underlying infrastructure cloud is nothing but a data center. Definitely, data center is not going to go away. AWS has its own data center, and on top of it, it is deploying a cloud-based technology, right? Cloud layer. Now, let's say they have a big server of, like, let's say 20 CPU and 200 GB memory. And if I request for one server of 16 GB memory, right? I get 16 core CPU and 150 GB memory. Okay, I get it. Now, what is remaining on that? On that server, still 50 GB RAM and 4 core CPUs are still remaining, right? Now, resource pooling means your cloud should be capable enough to allocate the remaining resource to someone else, right? That's, if your cloud is doing that, that's true cloud, right? That called as resource pooling. uh, Optimum use of your resource. Rapid elasticity. That means today I launch 100 server, but tomorrow I need 50 more servers, I should be able to launch. It shouldn't happen that, my cloud provider says, hey, we don't have enough resource, so you can't launch right now, just let's wait for 7 more days. I mean, my business is not going to wait for 7 more days, right? So that's called as rapid elasticity. Measured service. whatever I'm using, how can I know what I need to pay, right? So they have to measure it. For example, I'm using this much data, this much network, these many resources. So on that basis, I should be able to get the detailed billing. Right? This is what I have used, and this is what I is the I'm billed for, and this much I need to pay. Those kind of services has to be there. Otherwise, you can't give me the random bill, right? So if any cloud provider has all five characteristics, that is called as true cloud, right? So these AWS is nothing but like Amazon Web Services. First they started in late 90s and early 2000 within their own data center. So it's like the cloud technology came into the picture, and AWS started implementing the cloud solution within their data center, within their company. And after some time they realized that this could be a very good business, right? So they made it, after that they made it public, and they jump into this cloud providing technologies. So still in their company they use AWS as their own internal, whatever new feature comes in they first launch within their private cloud, and then they move it to the public cloud. So this is how the AWS works. Um, AWS has a lot of features. For example, you can take a pay as you go. You can even have some contract with them to launch instances. You with a less rate. You can negotiate. You can bargain with them on rates, cost for the longer term contract. Those are the services which AWS provides. Okay, so in the coming slide, I'll just go through what exactly what are the components, what are the features of AWS, what are the technologies. For example, we have EC through S3, BS, VPS instances, OPS, CLB, IAMI. Lot of technologies are there, lot of web services are there. There are I think more than 30, 40 web services available in AWS. AWS provides those web services. So what AWS has done, AWS has gone way ahead than any other provider, because it's taking a lead. Why? Because it started early in the market, right? So they are pretty much very well mature, um, in this whole uh, the cloud kind of business, and they reach up to the level where they provide a lot of services, lot of um, different sites of, sorry, yeah, got different. So they provide a lot of different features, a lot of different uh, services. So if you look at this in coming so in the whole session, we'll go through the EC2, which is Elastic Compute Cloud. We'll talk about instances, how to launch, how to manipulate instances. Then we'll look at the different web services, how to manipulate the instance. We'll look at the AMI creation, disk, a lot of things, and DNS, how to take care of DNS. We'll see about the load balancer, AMI images, storage in EBS and S3. We have security, just like IAM roles, accounts, user management. We'll see different policies. In networking, we can see we'll see how to create VPCs, different subnet, how to make security good, how to whitelist IP, how to make connection between your um, laptop and different kinds of instances through the VPC and through the security group. Usually those are the things we'll go through it. These are the very basic things. Other than that, we have a lot of other web services, for example, RDS, we have mobile farm, we have a lot of developers tool. So if you look at the AWS console, you will see a big lot of list of different AWS services, and we'll try to cover as much as possible through the console, like all the web services. Or there are a lot of web services. Even if we would not be able to cover each and everything in detail, but still we'll try to touch base on each and every web service and try to give you some sort of information on what exactly those web services does and what's the use for it. So those are the things we'll go through it, and that's how the whole the session looks like. Um, any question?
So what will be the technical hands-on area for us, or do you show us any kind of live AWS infrastructure, and what would be the link between AWS and DevOps here, at least in our sessions?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So I have gone through like 5-6 slides so far. That's it. Usually in AWS classes, we don't have PPTs. Whatever PPT I have talked about, that's it. The AWS session is completely hands-on. I have account each and everything which I will be talking about. I'm going to show you as a live thing on the AWS console and show you how it works. So AWS class will be more of hands-on rather than PPT. Whatever PPT I have gone through, that's it. I mean, there's nothing else other than those PPTs. Everything is hands-on.
When you say hands-on, do we have access to the labs, and do we practice that as well remotely when you're not around? How does it work out?
Yeah, so AWS, you can go ahead and create an account in AWS, and AWS provides some free usage for everyone, right? For example, you can launch 700 hours of T2 micro instance every month. You can have like 5 GB of data transfer. A lot of things are free. So we are going to utilize that particular feature in AWS, and you can, yes, you can launch, you can go ahead. So after each session there will be some hands-on or some assignment that you have to do after the class, and next day you can come up with your questions. So yes, you are going to practice on AWS.
Okay. So basically, we should be creating an account directly with AWS, and our practice
Yes.
sessions will be there. But you will probably touch base every subject as we move down. Correct?
Yes, yes, and it's a free. The account creation is free. They definitely they will ask for credit card information, because if somebody uses those AWS services and they go out of the free zone, definitely they need something to charge with. So definitely they ask for your password and validate whether not password, the credit card, and they validate whether it is right or not. So what they will do while creating the account, they will ask for your credit card. They will deduct $1 from the credit card, and within 2 days they will return back that $1.
Okay. And how many sessions are we looking for? I mean, how many hours of this training would be there? I mean, for this one.
Sorry?
How many hours? I mean, how many hours of class would be this entire set of AWS training course?
Almost 6 hours.
So this entire set will be completed in 6 hours?
Yes, so we have different levels. So if you so it depends, like what exactly you want and you need. Usually these are the basic and beginner classes, start from the 6 hours. If a person or a team needs more in depth, then hours increases. So it depends like how much you want to know. But the
No,
standard
see,
which I was showing you is the 6 hours.
so the one which you are going to touch base on a high level will be 6 hours. So what would be the
It's
next
not
level
high
if we
level.
want to do it?
No, no, it's not high level. It's not that, I'm going to touch base with high level. It's everything will be on the in depth, but the component which we select, right? There are like, 30, 40 web services, right? Definitely 30, 40 web services can't be covered in just 6 hours, right? I mean, so we select the main web services which are being used very frequently. So 70, 80% time people use those web services, and that we pick it and we go through it. And other web services, we just quickly give the introduction, what exactly those for, and what those web services means. But if you guys have some requirement, no, I need this web service because my company works on that and I need to know, yes, definitely we can go through it and we can go in depth. So it depends, like, how we configure our syllabus over here.
Okay. Do you have AWS as well? I mean, do you think you can show anything from your environment? I understand that, we can always register online with AWS site itself, but do you have any AWS site on your company side where you can do
Yeah,
some live
definitely. We have our account, and in the training classes, yes. So let's say if I have to show how to launch instance. I have my account. I have our account. We go ahead and launch the instance, and we show you how to launch the instance, how to manipulate whatever syllabus or whatever we define in that the whole course. We do it in our account.
Okay. So you're saying it's 6 hours to give out a rough background. By the way, in AWS, what is the scope of middleware and MQ messaging services? Because I'm coming from a background of WebSphere application servers, which is called WAS. So I've got some idea
Uh-huh.
about WebLogic, Tomcat, Apache, WAS, JBoss. So what is the link when it comes to AWS? How do you configure that application servers and stuff? Do you configure actually first in place?
Okay. So there are two ways to configure, right? First, you launch instance, the bare instance, and you configure your application on that, right? You deploy it, you configure it to whatever you want, right? That's one way. You just consider that VM as your server and configure it. Second way, let's say if a Tomcat-based application, AWS provides this one, what you call as SaaS, right? Software as service. So they will have their own a Tomcat instance, which you can just launch it and put your war, and it will just start the Tomcat for you, right? It will manage the application for you. So it depends
So
what your company and how you want to maintain. For example, I'll take an example of very similar, same thing is a RDS, is like relation database web service. Either you launch your instance and install your let's say database and configure it, or you use the web services RDS where they will launch the instance, they will install the database, they will manage HA, failover, everything. You just use it, right? So it depends what you want, right? And how you want to manage your infrastructure.
okay. So meaning to say, AWS has got an inbuilt Tomcat, and that is our application server, right? It's not something like.
Yes.
So okay, I get it. Okay. And 6 hours is the we will get a little better idea in 6 hours of session, correct?
Yes. 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 Definitely, you will get enough idea to work on AWS very comfortably.
Okay.
See, because the thing is, there are like, 30, 40, 50 web services, and AWS keep on adding. Now, every company I'm fairly speaking, every company doesn't even use more than 10 web services at a time. I mean, the different company has have different needs, right? So even if you are having the in-depth knowledge of each and every web service, it's not going to be used, right? So we concentrate on the okay, again the web services are wrapper around other web services now. So they launch with a basic 10-15 web services, and the other web services are now wrapper around it. So if you know the basic of web services which they provide, the understanding of other web services is not a big deal.
Okay. Okay. I think, yeah, it's pretty good. So we roughly understood that how the course curriculum will be. So we'll probably keep you posted. I will also tell a couple of my friends who were supposed to join this demo session, but they didn't join. I don't know why. So I believe I'm only one in this session, apart from your trainer. But I'll keep my feedback, and then we
Sure,
can take it from there.
sure, definitely. Yeah. Thank you.
And your name is Vishal, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, Vishal, very nice. So yeah, I'll let you know, Vishal, and then we can take it up further. Do you want us to keep
Sure.
your training company posted, IQ?
Sure.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Vishal.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.